Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video, and this is a reaction to the top 10 terrifying swimming pools. What were they thinking? And I'll be honest, it's just popped up in my feed, and I sort of thought it could be quite an interesting one to see. I've done a few reactions, or one reaction, on the action park, and that was crazy, man. And it sort of showed things, maybe not to this degree, but it was different, like sort of water slides. I think there was a swimming pool, and just all these sort of different things, and you seem to really enjoy the reaction. I enjoyed it as well, and again, this isn't the same thing, but it's probably on the similar sort of lines of it. And I mean, yeah, let's just get into this really, but hopefully you guys enjoy. If you want more of these sort of top 10 reactions to things like this, suggest it in the comments, I guess. But yeah, before we get into it, quick shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter, links in the description for those interested. Closing in on 7k on my Instagram, so I'd appreciate you helping me get to that. Same for my Patreon. A lot of Patreon exclusive videos are being posted, and if videos get blocked, that's where they go to. So links are all there for those interested. But let's get into this, man. Let's see what this video has to show me.
10 terrifying swimming pools.
I mean, shit, you look at this right now. Like, what the fuck?
10 terrifying swimming pools you could drown in. Number 10, Shuyian Water Park. Wave pools are a popular feature of water parks around the world. They give visitors the chance to enjoy predictable peaks and troughs without needing to go to the beach. But the equipment that's needed to create the effect poses some safety challenges. Sometimes things don't exactly go to plan. In July of 2019, people had flocked to the Shuyian Water Park in northeast China.
Bro, what the fuck, man? Look how many
China, looking to cool off in the heat. The wave pool was full of swimmers, and for some reason the machinery malfunctioned and created a wave much bigger than the pool was designed for. People were swept away and thrown into the air before crashing down onto tiles. Amongst all the screams, people covered in blood tried to desperately escape.
Fuck, man. Oh shit, I didn't know it could malfunction.
The water in case another wave was approaching. In total, more than 44 people were seriously injured, and it was incredibly lucky that no one died in the crush. Despite accusations that the pool operator was drunk at the time of the incident, park officials revealed a power cut was responsible for the freak wave, which means that in the right circumstances, it could easily happen again.
And that's number 10.
9. Y40, the deep.
Bro, I've seen this one. This one is nuts. This one's absolutely crazy. I swear someone like dived all the way to the bottom and back up without breathing. I don't know if that's true.
Joy.
But like, sometimes when I watch videos, I sort of hold my videos like this. I hold my breath because I'm sort of like anxious, especially like swimming ones, like when they're going deep like this and they're holding their breath. It gets me some like feeling some like it gets my anxiety going. It's kind of weird how it sort of I feel the effects of my body and I'm not even there.
Y40 the Deep Joy in Italy is currently the deepest swimming pool in the world. At 130 feet, it's as deep as a 14-story building is tall and contains 152,000 cubic feet of water.
Oh, wow.
It's made up of a traditional pool shape with a cylindrical section that goes deeper beyond it. And as you've probably guessed, this isn't designed for swimming lengths. It's used by scuba divers and free divers and has caves and ledges to explore, as well as a viewing tunnel that people can walk through to look out at what's happening in the depths. Of course, with people swimming so deep, there's an inherent danger with Y40. Making one wrong move could easily lead to serious difficulties. And anyone who takes a dive has to sign a waiver just in case the worst happens.
Fuck yeah.
Before we move on, be sure to subscribe to Top 5s with notifications on. Number 8, San Alfonso Del Mar. The pool at the San Alfonso Del Mar Resort in Chile.
What the fuck? So big. How do you clean it if someone pisses in it or like shits himself? You know what people are
like.
like.
Record for being the largest pool in the world, covering an area of almost 20 acres and reaching a depth in.
I mean, it's cool and that, but what the fuck? I've never seen anything like that before. What is the, now seeing this, what is the world's biggest swimming pool?
Parts of 115 feet. It contains 66 million gallons of water, and the distance from one side to the other is the same as 20 Olympic swimming pools.
Wow.
To keep it running, water is sucked in and filtered from the ocean, and maintenance costs around $3 million a year. If the images look surprisingly bereft of people enjoying the water, that's because no one is actually allowed to swim in the pool. Today, it's only used for boats and kayaks, and you'll soon be chased by security if you jump in. This is because there's no way a lifeguard would be able to spot and save anyone that had gotten into difficulty. And there are rumors that a young boy drowned there a few years after it had opened.
Wow.
Number 7. Chongqing.
Fucking hell, man. Bro, if there's this many people, what, like, how are you allowing... Oh, it's so dumb, man. Some people are just dumb.
When the
I'm
weather's
sorry.
particularly hot, how desperate would you be to go swimming? This was put to the test in 2016 in the city of Chongqing in western China when
Another
daytime
place in
temperatures
China.
reached a sweltering 104 degrees Fahrenheit. It seems everyone had the same idea of visiting the local pool, and pictures showed just how packed the place became. It was virtually impossible to find any space amongst the crowd of people, and some people described as looking at dumplings in boiling water. There were questions, too, about the safety of visitors. First was the question of pollutants making their way into the water, and whether it was possible to adequately treat it. The other was what would happen if there was an incident. If someone began to drown, there was no chance that they could be rescued. And if the pool needed to be evacuated, it seemed almost inevitable that some people would be crushed in the panic. Number 6. The Library Blood Red Pool. We're so used to pools being a certain shape and color that anything different feels bizarre. That's the premise behind the pool at the Library Resort in Thailand, where swimmers can become so disoriented that they find themselves struggling in the water. Situated on Koh Samui Chao Wang Beach, the luxurious minimalist resort had chosen design features that make its pool unlike anything you'll see anywhere else in the world, because its water appears to be blood red in color. There's nothing different about the water or the way they treat it, and the entire effect is created by red tiles that line the pool. This does, however, make it more difficult to see the bottom, and it just feels weird swimming here. If you ever visit, just be careful when you dive in, otherwise it could be the last thing you ever do.
Go down.
Number 5. Skellefteå. Held in February of every year, the Open Scandinavian Winter Swimming Championship is held in Skellefteå, Sweden, in a contest that challenges the extremes of human endurance. That's because the 25-meter pool that they use for the race
Oh, it's gonna be like the water, like ocean water or something, which is like ice cold.
is cut from 2-foot thick ice specifically for the competition, and is in a location that's only 100 miles away from the Arctic Circle. Temperatures fall to unbearable levels, and as soon as you dive in, you're faced with a burning sensation all over your skin, and your chest cramps up and makes it difficult to breathe. You'll fall unconscious after just 15 minutes in the 32-degree Fahrenheit water, and you would die within an hour if not treated, which is why the race organizers have a medical staff, divers, and lifesavers across the venue. There's also a sauna and hot tub next to the pool so participants can quickly warm themselves up to hopefully starve off the onslaught of hypothermia. Those who swim here swear by the health benefits of swims like this, and it's said to help fight off stress, depression, and insomnia, as well as helping lose weight. There are serious risks, though, and if things go wrong, your body will shut down because of the cold and will lose any ability to escape the water. Number 4. The Pool of Death. There are hundreds of stunning places you can take a swim in Hawaii, but there's one that's become particularly renowned for the danger it poses, a place known as the Pool of Death. It's on the island of Kauai and is a flooded cove on the coast that's made from volcanic rocks.
What the fuck?
The water is perfectly clear, so you can see to the bottom, and it's the ideal temperature for a relaxing dip. But this serene tranquility can soon turn into a nightmare. The waves of the ocean that roll up against the rock walls can suddenly increase in intensity and smash against the pool and whoever is in it. A large number of people have died here, either because they were overwhelmed by the waves and drowned beneath the water, or were simply thrown against the rocks with such a force. It's one of the most dangerous places to swim in the world, but despite knowing the dangers, it's...
Bro, people are crazy, man. I could not catch myself doing this. I'm pretty, like, what's the word? I don't do stuff. I wouldn't. I'm not the type of person to go on like roller coasters. I wouldn't do this kind of stuff. I wouldn't. I just sort of. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I just sort of keep myself to myself. I don't do risky things, basically. This is nuts. So look at some of these clips. It's something like... I mean, if you do it, fair enough. I respect it, but nah, I could not do that myself, man.
Surroundings still make it a popular destination. Number 3, Nemo 33. Until the opening of the Y40 pool in Italy, Nemo 33 in Belgium had the record for being the deepest in the world, reaching a maximum of 113 feet. It contains 660,000 gallons of spring water that's heated to a constant temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. There are caves that can be explored, and you can barely see the bottom from the surface, even though it's full of crystal clear water. It's open to tourists, amateur divers, and professional divers. But because of the dangers involved with such a deep pool of water, there are strict safety measures to prevent any accidents. No one under the age of 12 is allowed there, and everyone who dives must have a dive buddy or instructor with them at all times. Luckily, no fatal incidents have ever happened at Nemo 33, but that's only because they're so careful. All it would take is one mistake at the bottom of the deep pit, and there'd be nothing anyone could do to save you. Number 2. Marina Bay Sands. The hotels in Singapore are home to some of the world's most amazing swimming pools, but the one that stands out above the rest is the infinity pool on the top floor of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. It is the highest pool in the world at an altitude of 1,115 feet, and swimmers can go right against the side to look out across spectacular views of the city. This certainly isn't somewhere to visit if you're scared of heights, and it's been known to panic some people because swimming in a place like this feels so unnatural. It's also subject to extreme weather conditions when storms pass over the city, and if you're in the water when this happens, you might struggle to get out without assistance.
It does look beautiful though.
Number 1, the Devil's Pool. The most dangerous pool in the world is one that was formed naturally over thousands of years, and it seems unbelievable that anyone would willingly choose to go here. It's known as the Devil's Pool, and it can be found at the edge of Victoria Falls in Zambia. Against the waterfall edge is an area that's perfect for swimming in, and that is surrounded by rocks that prevent the flow of water taking you over the side. It's an extremely popular tourist spot, and one that offers some of the most amazing selfie opportunities anywhere in the world. But make one wrong move, and it'll all be over. Sometimes the currents can be enough to drag you underwater, and there's also the ever-present risk of falling over the edge of the 355-foot-high waterfall. There have been several deaths here over the years, and there are likely to be many more in the future. But most who go there feel it's a risk worth taking to be able to swim in such a beautiful place.
Oh my days, bro, you're nuts. What are you doing? This is just giving me making me feel mad, bro. Like, what?
Subscribe to Top 5s.
People are wild, man. People are
Many
fucking wild. But it was an interesting video. I like this one a lot. And this one reminded me of this one. This one reminded me, there's a new swimming pool in London. London. How do you spell see-through? London. It's this, isn't it? See-through pool. Yeah, bro, this is a new one that was built recently, or was like been used recently. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It's not as crazy as the this one, but it's see-through and it's in the air, and I'm just like, why? What is the need of this, bro? I mean, it doesn't even compare whatsoever, but it is just wild how there's a see-through pool and you can just look down. Like, just fuck that, man. Fuck that. You're moving mad if you go into that, but I've got to respect it. But yeah, man, some crazy-ass pools here, that's for sure. Pools you could drown in. Yes, that's basically every pool in the world. Blood red pool, so what's dangerous about it? It's red. Man, this guy is dramatic. I want him to narrate my life so my day-to-day activities sound like I'm living on the edge. This kitchen is one of the most dangerous places in the entire house. Many have been burned or seriously injured due to bad cooking, and many more will be. when too many people are swimming together, it's just disgusting. I know, it makes you feel sick, man. It is a bit weird how it's even allowed in certain places. Largest pool in the world, owner, you're not allowed to swim in it. Me, then why is it here? Scariest pool ever, a pool with green water. World's largest pool, can't swim in it. Okay, so not a pool. When you realise the pool is packed, but there's never a line to the bath. Don't even think about that, man. That was vile, man. But yeah, hopefully enjoy this one. Again, some of these were just probably shouldn't have been here. Some of these were crazy, but I mean, it's still an interesting video nevertheless. But yeah, let me know some more videos you want to see like this in the future. And I mean, yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, peace.